Good morning and welcome to Turkey Day. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie.
What'd you call me?
Turkey.
Oh.
You know, what I really missed out on was sampling because I know Greg had cooked 5 deep fried the turkeys. And I absolutely love a deep fried turkey. It is the best skin that you'll ever eat in your life.
Yes.
Now, I don't know about it being good for you or anything like that, but who cares? This is the South. You're supposed to overeat.
I don't care if it's fried or not. I like a fried Snickers. You know, come on.
And I still have a brain freeze of trying to wrap my head around deep frying a Snicker bar. But people do it.
Yeah, and ice cream.
Ice cream.
I'm going to get you to try some ice cream. Next time we all go somewhere to get that chicken and cheese foldy over thing, we'll
have to try that.
I'm going to order you some fried ice cream.
Remind me, wasn't this missing for Judy Garland as we all watched The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
Wasn't those slippers stolen for a little while and then they were rediscovered?
Yeah, somebody stole them and kept them up, and I can't remember if a family member found them or something, who turned them in, but then they got back to the rightful owner, and then I want to say they auctioned them off, didn't they?
They're getting ready to go up for auction once again. Here's a picture of them here. Here's the actual one. Daily Mail putting this out. They're going to be auctioning them off, and they're expected to bring a little over $1 million at least.
For
most famous slipper shoes there are.
Oh, there's no place like home.
I read something the other day about what all went on behind the scenes of that movie. I guess it's best you don't always know things.
I can imagine.
But Judy Garland, that was a big movie in its time. Probably ahead of its time. The Yellow Brick Road and the Tin Man and so many of that. Wasn't it Miranda Lambert who wrote the song? What was it? The Tin Man?
Maybe it was.
I think
I watched her music videos just to look at her.
And just mute them.
Music, yeah. I just wanted to see her.
I remember back when she was Blake's manager. And she got, no, wait a minute, it was that other girl that he was married to was manager. I forgot about that. And she just kind of took him.
Oh, and then she went on, found something else.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. That's usually how those situations work out. So just keep that in mind also.
Yeah, if a woman sleeps her way in one position, she's going to sleep her way in another one. I guess the same with a man. I'm not going to be gender biased here.
I think you were.
If a man sleeps his way into a position, he'll sleep his way into another one.
Well, I was going to just use the word cheating, and there you went using big language like that on Thanksgiving. Shame on you.
I want.
Have mercy,
we have sophisticated audience.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Y'all get on, Odie. Let me turn up here so we can read some comments. We hadn't got that on.
Well, I wasn't going to remind you because there's no telling how many people's gotten on me.
Yeah, let's see here. There we go. There we go. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Very good morning,
everybody.
There. Sue Harris.
And so I want to bring this up this morning.
What's that?
Amy and I went to see our family member, our comrade Barry White last night.
Yep.
And got to sit down and spend some time with him. And Barry said to please pass on to every one of y'all. Thank y'all for the prayers. Thank you for the thoughts and everything. Please keep them coming. He's doing good. It was good to sit down and spend some time with him, and we're going to go back and spend some more time with him. But he said to tell every one of y'all thank you and to please continue to pray for him. And he's feeling every one of those prayers that the Lord's been with him, and add him to your prayer list.
Yeah, that's good to hear from him. I spoke to him yesterday like you did, and what a man. He's a great person, y'all.
He is definitely that. Yep.
Let's see. Miss America pageant has filed bankruptcy. Can you believe that? Which one was it that Donald used to own?
Miss
It was
Universe.
Miss Universe.
Yeah.
I think they got mad. But, boy, he turned that around. They made a little profit there. We
Buy
got
this
two
for
people
me.
here squabbling over who owns what or who owns what. I think they're like $4 million in debt. But that was a big deal as a kid to watch Miss America come across the stage. Y'all remember that?
Well, yeah.
Every little girl wanted to be Miss America, and that may still be the dream of moving from Miss Mississippi on up to Miss America.
Well, I'm sure, and look at Susan Aiken.
Oh yeah,
And from right here, I still remember that, and definitely something that I guess most, I'm not going to say all, but most little girls dream of being a princess and a beauty pageant queen. And
that's
why
true.
Not,
I'm still trying to figure out what Odie dreamed of. What'd you dream of there, Odie?
Yeah, growing up, I always wanted to be a lawyer.
Really?
I don't know why, but I
Oh, and
always
the
wanted to
Lincoln
be
lawyer.
a lawyer. Yeah, and then I guess Perry Mason, and then when Matlock came out, that was something else. I wanted to be a lawyer, and well, that didn't come to fruition.
I'll stumble around and listen to Ken Rainey. Look what happened to me. Y'all be careful.
You was talking about the beauty pageant being $4 million in debt.
Yeah.
All right, well, go to this baseball player that you were talking about in the early show. $182 million a year.
Yep. Well, it's a 5-year deal. $182 million is what he's going to get.
Okay, all right. Well, we needed to divide that real quick.
Yeah, I want to know what he makes.
We're going to get right over here to this, and we're going to hit that, and we're going to do this, and we're going to hit that one, and we're going to
I'm
equal
lost.
to for 5 years. If you work 8 hours a day,
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday off, no overtime,
Just flat out. Yeah.
you're making $17,500 an hour.
Something just don't seem right, does it?
I need a raise.
Wow.
Oh, no,
But,
we'll
you know,
get
but
into that, Arnold,
here's-
so just hang on.
Here's the thing: if he's making that, what are they making to be able to afford to?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute! And let me go again. The taxpayers paying for that stadium. We forgot that.
And I would like to see. Now I'm all for if my tax dollars, if I gave $20 million for a facility to be built
Okay.
of my tax dollars.
Oh, let's just call it the Ag Center, dirt floor.
All right,
Let's go ahead and throw that out.
go ahead,
there.
throw that out there, and then turn around, and that will regenerate in 10 years, $25 million worth of taxes that's come in or development because of it, and our taxes went up. I'm all for that. But I just don't understand how you've got something that cost $4 billion to build a football stadium.
I'm with you on
Does
this.
it really generate? And if it does, I'll be the one sitting there going, dude, I was wrong.
I'd have to look at the.
I need to
but
look.
the profit that the NFL owners make off of this, and the taxpayer pays for these stadiums. That's where I get.
I'm just saying, and Terry made a good statement. As much as she loves baseball, there's no athlete worth that kind of money. I'm with you. And baseball, now, they weren't making this much back in, I don't know, the mid-'80s when they said, well, I'm done. I'm just going to go on strike. You're playing a game that people as a peewee child went out and played in the dirt. And you're doing that for a living, and you're going to go on
locally,
strike.
call up Bud Brown and ask him what he made in the 80s in NFL.
Oh, it wasn't nothing like this right here.
I talked to a guy that made, I think he was making $40,000. It was in the NFL in the 80s, and when he quit, he had like 80, and he invested it in some convenience stores. It's a big difference. I bet those guys in the 80s are going, what happened here? Wait, take me back.
And you got some of these guys who played, they're today making $60,000 to $80,000 a year playing football. Now, is that a good living? Depending on where you live, but you're playing a game. And
That's
you
true.
get bonuses if you get out there and play. A bench warmer's making 60. He goes out there and play, and he may have a $10,000 bonus for getting on the field. But I would like to see that $4 billion investment into a football stadium. How long does it take to recoup that money.
It's a lot
if
of
it's
analysis.
An investment. I'm good with it, but I need a return.
I'm with you on that. Up and coming, we're going to tell you about when your garbage will get picked up. Oh, boy, we don't want it sitting out there very long. Plus, we got Parrish in with us. Oh, he's got a book coming out. We're going to learn.
Y'all just stick with it.
Yeah, he's going to teach us all about that. We'll be right back. J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp, trail riding, or just working on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
And welcome back. Let me show you this. This is the big route that we've got today there.
Oh, yeah. So if you've got, this is in the county. If your trash day is today, then they're going to pick that up tomorrow. If Friday is your trash day, they're going to pick that up Saturday, and then you will be back regular time Monday.
And don't think you're going to take all your trash to the roll-off because it ain't happening.
Ain't happening. That's all done. They will be closed today and tomorrow, but they will reopen Saturday at the county barns for you to take your stuff to. So
Parrish Alford joined us. You saw a quick picture of him when I accidentally threw on camera earlier this morning. There.
We usually tease the guests like that.
You work for American Family Radio.
Correct.
Is that right?
Correct. American Family Association, and AFR is a division, and I actually work in what we call American Family News. And it's very different after 30 years in newspaper, for me, almost 40 really. We sit around the table, and we're not talking about Pontotoc and Amory up there in Tupelo. You know, we're talking about Washington.
Yeah.
And we're writing national news from a Christian perspective.
And that's good to have somebody give that perspective. I have a lot of respect for that company. We do think a bunch of them. And with that being said, for years you worked here in the Meridian area, and you're writing a book. Is that what's going on?
I am.
What's it about?
A book. Well, I left the Daily Journal in Tupelo and a couple of years ago, 23. And when I did, I just started writing down everything I could remember. And I started here. I got to Mississippi in '89. I worked at the Meridian Star from '89 to '93. You know, I was here 4 years, which in the grand scheme of things doesn't seem like a lot, but so much happened.
Oh, yeah.
For me in those years. I was promoted, became sports editor of the Meridian Star back when newspapers were more relevant. Okay. I got married here. I got in a wreck while I was on the job, almost died. I mean, just, you know, met wonderful people here in Meridian. So lots of things, lots of life in that 4-year span.
That is a bunch. What would you say the biggest story while you were in Meridian that you covered, thinking back? And what years was that?
Well, I was here from '89 to '93, and it was shortly after I became sports editor, spring of '91, I believe. Jackie Sherrill had just been hired at Mississippi State.
Remember that?
Oh, wow.
Okay. That was one of your first out-of-the-box hires. You know, they needed to fix Mississippi State football, and Jackie kind of had some baggage and everything. Everybody looked at that like, well, y'all are going to be on probation. But anyway, so he had just been hired. Well, that, you know, the people at Ole Miss were watching that, and, of course, Jackie being Jackie, you know, he would poke them here and poke them there. And, you know, so there was already that kind of stuff going on when Billy Brewer came to speak at Northwood Country Club. Okay? So Billy was speaking, and Stan Torgerson
Oh,
was,
I remember Stan.
one of our correspondents at the Meridian Star.
Kind of blunt, wasn't he?
Oh, he was a little bit blunt,
just a little bit.
you know. But loved Stan. Okay, so he came in one night and said, Parrish. And I said, yes, Stan. He said, Billy's going to speak at the country club. He's going to speak at Northwood. Would you like me to cover that? Well, honestly, no, Stan. I don't want you to cover that. I want you to go to this playoff game at Clarkdale. That's what I want. But I know what you're telling me right now is that I can use you to cover Billy or not at all. So I said, well, yes, Stan. Why don't you go and cover Billy? So they get to talking as Billy and Stan would talk. And at some point, Stan asked Billy, what do you think of the new football coach at Mississippi State, Jackie Sherrill? And, of course, there was already bad blood going on. Billy basically said, well, and he gave the story and said he's just a habitual liar.
Oh.
A habitual liar. Well, Stan came back, played the tape. He said, you've got to listen to this. And so I did. And, we knew that Billy had popped off with something here in Meridian that was going to be big, and that if we didn't run it, that he would pop off somewhere else. Okay. We held it for a day. I was at Mississippi State the next day on a Saturday, tried to find Jackie. I was told he was out of town. This was before cell phones. So we ran the story on Sunday in the Meridian Star of Billy Brewer going off about the new coach, Jackie Sherrill. It got picked up, Associated Press and other places, and just ran throughout the South. Billy was eventually reprimanded by the SEC. It was a very interesting story.
All your fault.
Yeah. That started here, and that's kind of the takeoff for the title on the book, Habitual Deadline, and it's really just a lot of stories about getting stories, not so much about great teams and great players. There's some of that, but really just stories from almost 40 years of newspaper and some very important ones here in Meridian.
I can't wait to see it. When will the book be out?
The book is out right now. It's at Amazon. If you search Habitual Defender, Parrish Alford, you'll find it. There are some copies at Fudge, Etc. in Meridian, and so it's out there.
We will look up a copy here when I can type and talk at the same time. We'll show everybody what the book looks like there.
Can you talk, type, and spell correctly at the same time?
No, I cannot. we have boo-boos. I am one of those, if somebody's talking to me and I'm typing something, I'll type what they said. I'm off course on that. But so how many years have you been in the reporting scene? Huh?
Well, I tell you, I missed working with typewriters by just a couple of years. I started in 1983 at the Denham Springs News in Denham Springs, Louisiana, my hometown. I was the dark room technician.
Right.
I would go in after school, and there would be a box of film where the reporters had gone out and taken their pictures, and I would go into the dark room and get that.
Boy, I hadn't heard that word in forever. The dark room.
It was very different. So that was my start in 1983. Like I said, I got here to Meridian, to Mississippi in '89, and it's just been a long time. I've seen a lot of change.
I bet you have.
I know you guys have seen too.
It is, and when it comes to reporting and news and just technology in general, everything is changing before our very eyes. I mean, we remember back in somewhere around '93 the invention of the internet, or when it actually made it to the general public.
Now, what was the vice president's name who invented that?
Did we have a vice president done that?
Yeah.
Who was it?
He invented Bill Clinton's vice president.
Bill Gore?
Al Gore.
Al Gore, Al.
He invented the president.
He did say that, didn't he?
Yeah, I invented it.
He just couldn't, was it potato he couldn't spell?
Yeah, something like that.
It was one of them.
The military used internet for years.
But he invented it.
But that's it. Al Gore. Yeah,
hey, we found the book. Here it is right here. Habitual
Deadline, Amazon. Go on there, type that in. You see Hotty Toddy on the top of that book. I like to see that. Parrish Alford, right here. Arthur, look at it. Less than $20. Christmas is coming. Great gift for everybody. You know it's Amazon. You're going to get it in 2 days.
Now, there's a little known secret that we ain't said. Tell everybody who you're kin to here. Who your kin is.
Well, my kin.
Now, there's a lot of people that watch. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes. Yeah, I'm proud of my kin, and I kept up with my kin during the election race, watched you guys to find out that Ward Calhoun will be named sheriff.
And he's your what now?
He is my brother-in-law. Okay. I go back to when Ward was driving a red Jeep and selling insurance. Okay. So that's my brother-in-law, and I'm just really thankful that McCubbin family.
Does he get you a good gift
together
at Christmas is what we really want to know.
Yeah.
Well, I think in our family it depends on whose name you draw.
Oh, it's the drawing thing.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it comes from Ward and Connie, and sometimes it's Randy and Melody and others. And
Yeah. We can't help but pick we on that. But you're down for Thanksgiving with the family.
I am.
We're so glad to have you here. Don't rush off. We got some more coming up. We're going to show you the book again if you'd like to be a part of that.
Yeah.
40 years of that. It's a lot of knowledge with Parrish here that
Some behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What you don't really see all the time.
my oh my, the things in my head that was going there as I thought back for the last 30 years of what I've seen. Have
And the
mercy.
connection to Meridian with the Meridian Star, and kin to the sheriff.
Man. We'll be right back. Let's face it, accidents are going to happen. If a deer jumps out in front of your car, go see my friends and professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop in Center Hill. Chet can help you navigate through this confusing world of insurance by providing photo estimates to insurance companies and the right to choose the body shop of your choice. From a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. That's Chet's Paint and Body Shop.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. What happened in Meridian yesterday? Just before daylight, this was a little after 4 a.m., I got a text message of, hey, I see blue lights coming downtown Meridian. What's up? Well, little did we know at the time, I knew it was at least one that was being assaulted. And what I'm talking about is a car getting broke into. It ended up being somewhere around 11 cars broken into last night. And the reason I can't tell you if anything was stolen was, well, most of these people that own these cars are from out of town. They were left at the train station on their travels to come back, and they probably still don't know, unless they've checked our report, that their car has been broken into. Would you like to go live on the scene, Odie?
Let's go live on the scene.
Here we go. We start out with a Telluride that now needs a new back right window. If you'll notice all of this, it's going to be a total of 11 cars. See them working in the background over here. I made my way over there, too.
I will. Kudos for securing what you could of this. And keeping the weather out of these vehicles.
Oh, yeah, because it's. But look at this. Now, to the best of our knowledge, they got away. We'll tell you that. Here's a Z71 that also got broken into.
I wonder how many of these people are going to come back to Meridian and leave their vehicles parked while they go on vacation.
I don't know if I would ever do that again. This car got it on both sides. On the left side, it knocked it all the way out. That right window over there was just shattered. They didn't make it through on it. Here's another one, another view of that.
You know, this makes you think more of...
See that?
They weren't trying to steal anything. That was just pure out vandalism.
Now, what they would do, let me show you this, Odie. Let me back up here. Right here, this picture here. They would jump this fence and run toward Magnolia Steel across the train tracks is where they went as police arrived on. And police did pursue. They just were pretty quick jumping. after somebody jumps a fence, it's kind of hard to catch up with them. They had a good lead on them. The police did try to get them, but it was about 4 people, to the best of my knowledge, that done this. Could have been more involved, but that's what we know of, is about 4. They did get away. They were completely hoodies on, gloves, so there's not a lot of evidence. I'm sure that there's going to be camera footage that I'm not aware of at this point that police are searching for. But we don't need this as a reputation for our town.
No,
we
not
don't.
at all. You get a big yellow sign with some lightning bolts on it and 220 hooked up to that metal fence. I bet they won't jump it but once.
But there comes lawsuits with that, and you can't do anything like that. It's like
exactly.
And most people won't even have electric fences nowadays because of things like that. Mm-hmm. We've gotten, if somebody and y'all, this is what's scary about this. Someone breaks in their house, breaks their leg, they can sue you, and that's through attorneys.
Yes, I have a problem with that.
I think most Americans do, and I don't know how to fix that. That you almost need to have a law to fix this and this and this, and go, if you break in, you can't sue. It's your fault.
You were there illegally to be.
But I don't have an answer on that. But that went on. That was the big news in downtown Meridian yesterday. As we go north of here and we get into Leake County, Highway 13, there was a bad accident last night. I'm waiting to get further details on this morning. Possibility of a fatality involved with this. As we get near that, it's going to be near Hunter Road is where that happened. I'd originally thought that it was at the Good Hope Church, convenience store there, and it was just a little north of that intersection. So as we wait to find out a little bit more information on that, we'll get that out today. That was kind of late last night as that started trickling in with headlines. A lot of you Meridianites woke up this morning going, how am I going to cook my turkey? What's going to go on? Front row. Look at this huge power outage.
Ooh.
We had a tree fall last night. A transformer was knocked out, and they've been Mississippi Power. 818 of you.
Oh, wow.
No makeup, no cold milk this morning.
Oof.
I haven't checked here in the last few minutes to see it's back up or not. We'll look at that and find out. But that's bad on Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah, it is, and that's a highly populated area over there.
I can't sleep without that noise of a fan. Who else has to have that little bit of a noise in the background? If it turns off, I'll wake up.
Oh, no, I don't care if there's noise or not. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. Amy gets so mad because I can put my head on the pillow and go out. And she's sitting there going, how? How do you do that?
Oh, this as I look at a national story, and I forget where the story was that I read. Maybe it was a Paul Harvey story years ago of the soldier that went off to fight in the war and never come home, and the dog would go to the train station every day and wait for him. Y'all remember that story?
Yes, I remember that story.
Here's a real life one where a woman fell through the ice, and the poor pup stayed there 4 days waiting on her, day in, day out, wouldn't move. Sad that those things happen. Pets are loyal. They love you, folks. Treat them good.
Fall in a hole, see how long Angie stays there. I know Amy's not going to sit there long enough just wait for me to come back out.
As it's cold weather, whatever animals you got, pets, kitty cats, dogs, donkeys, make sure that they're warm over the next few days. It's going to be cold.
We got to go take care of Harold and make sure he's good. But yeah, if you're cold, they're cold. Just because they got fur, remember we've spoiled them. And they could use a little bit of warmth during this time. At least some hay.
Let's talk about this. This is one of the shock things that's happened this year. As police for it was 3 or 4 weeks, I think, that they looked for this fella. He has been arrested. As we look at the connection here, and let's go over this because I wasn't aware of this at first. As we go to this, William Joe Garrett was arrested in connection with the hit and run death of John Culpeper and Associates here in Meridian. I think John was 78, 79.
Yeah, I think
he was struck in some shape, form with either the truck or the trailer as Garrett drove off. Now, we haven't listened to the interviews. We don't know everything. But here's the charges that we do know. Let's pull this up here and let's explain what we know. The current charges: William Joe Garrett, 53, a male, white, out of Meridian, arrested 11:25 at 5:09 p.m. This would happen Highway 19 North, right there at next to Waters International in the parking lot of the scrapyard. He has been charged with failure to register under sex offender registration law, DUI, third offense, contempt of court. And where they're getting at on this is, and if you'll see that it had the bond down there at $46,000. I had a lot of people going, he's getting out on $46,000. Here it is right here. This leaving the scene of an accident has no bond, so he's not going to get out on this. Again, this is his picture, his booking photo. As we would learn yesterday, we all knew he was somewhere, but he couldn't be located. Well, it turns out we now know where he was. He was over his sister's.
And getting help hiding.
She has also now been arrested. She's got a bond of $25,000, aiding and abetting. Is that how you kind of call it?
That's exactly it.
I think the official charge that they put it down as is accessory after the fact, but it's aiding and abetting is what that truly is at the end of it there, of having someone at your home that the police are looking for.
And everybody around here knew that he was being looked for.
No.
It's not like it was on a mail out and some people got it, some people didn't. Everybody in this area surrounding county, because of this show right here, it was all the way across the world that this guy was being looked for.
We don't know how this is going to end up. There's a lot of things that happens now when it goes to court. It's different. When you get attorneys involved, I don't want anybody to be surprised. There's no way to say what's going to happen here. Could some of this stuff be thrown out? Sure could. You never know what a judge is going to do, what an attorney will be able to do. We think of the Culpeper family. Let me say that. That's a tough
first
one to
and
go
foremost.
through.
Yes, it is.
Great people.
Honest people.
His wife was there when this happened. I've spoken to her several times, and it's be with them. It'll be a tough Thanksgiving, to say the least, dealing with this. And we'll watch this case. We'll keep it updated as new information comes out about this.
Well, we're not going to let this go to the wayside.
No.
We'll keep y'all up to date on this.
All right, we'll be right back because we're going to go back in history and test your knowledge. Thanksgiving morning, Turkey Day.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Spin the winners back at Kia Meridian. Come in and buy a new or used vehicle, you spin the wheel and win a great prize.
We got Nintendos.
We have 55-inch TVs. Who's got gas?
Gas card, guys. Gas card.
You sure about that?
You can spin from now until the Christmas.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, we'll travel. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Ho, ho, ho. Santa Claus is going to be coming, Odie.
Golly, we're getting down to the end of this. Santa Claus.
We're in November the 28th, Christmas Day. We'll do the Christmas countdown. That is coming.
Oh, you know what else we're getting close to?
I'm thinking the Christmas train's coming into town Sunday night.
Almost. We're 2 days away.
The lighting of the Christmas tree?
The end of 2024 hurricane season.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Woo, woo.
When's the Egg Bowl?
Friday.
Yeah, who's going to win that?
Ole Miss.
Okay.
Hotty toddy. I hope. I mean, the way we played last week.
But look who they're playing.
I will say this right here. Those two teams, It doesn't matter how good or how bad you are. Those two teams will end up doing something off the wall. I still think Ole Miss is going to win. But you can't just turn around and say, oh, it's a given, because it's kind of like Alabama and
what's that game called?
The Iron Bowl.
The Iron Bowl. That's what I never
when the Saban went out there, she said, give me one more second.
Wait a minute. Let's go to our sports. Who do you think is going to win the Egg Bowl? What's your guess here?
Look, I think Ole Miss is going to win the game. The question is how motivated they're going to be after the loss against Florida.
Yeah.
I look at State. Everybody sees the season that they've had, but they haven't quit playing hard. Okay, and they'll play hard in this game. So it's pretty much it's on Ole Miss. How motivated are you going to be? They have the roster to take advantage of the Mississippi State secondary. They can do that. They can score points.
Yeah.
Are they going to fight? I don't mean like on the field, like
are they
off the field,
upset
like they
enough from
sometimes
that
do.
loss
Right.
to bring in this
Right.
frustration?
So what are the Vegas odds on this? What do they got? Who's favored here?
Well, I think I've heard like 25, 27. I think it'll be a little closer than that. If State comes out and plays hard, as they did against Missouri, as they did against Georgia, Texas, and a lot of other teams, the losses continue to mount for them, but they haven't quit.
We'll see. It's coming up very soon. Have they thought about making the head coach the water boy? Anything like that? I mean, just try something different here for a win.
Let's see if we can pull up what the odds may
Do you see the
be
stats?
on this. I'm trying to.
Hell State. I'm seeing a lot of Hell State. Some hottie toddies there.
All right.
Does it
26 and a half.
26 and a half. Okay. You were right on it. Look at that. He knows his business over there.
Yeah.
Let's turn back the hands of time and let's go back to 1925. This was a time in America, and as we've talked about how technology has really changed, back in 1925 and through the 30s, it was all about how you got news and information as it come out. This would premiere tonight. 1925 as the Grand Ole Opry would arrive at your home by radio. It all began there. Of course, there's Alan on stage there. Been there many, many, many times. It is a shrine of the mother of country music. As we look at that, a church, it's the best place around. I really enjoy that.
I went, it's been a few years ago, went to the National Fire Academy and went through fire investigation school. And there was a guy who came over from Hawaii and was taking this same class. And he was into country music and he sang, and his dream was to go to the Grand Ole Opry. So the weekend that we were off, it was a 2-week class. That weekend, he flew to the Grand Ole Opry and went in there. They didn't have anything going on, but he went in there and saw it. And he came back with a picture of him standing on the center stage.
Oh yeah, that circle. It's hallowed ground, as they would say.
It was tears to his eyes. He was so happy.
Yeah, I had tears in my eyes when I watched this first time. 1927. This guy's name is Chuck Mitchell. That probably doesn't ring a bell, but you will remember the movie from the 80s, Porky's. Anybody remember that?
Tears in your eyes.
It was that show was funny.
It was funny.
Go ahead. Anybody in today's world, this guy would be run out of town on a rail because we are so politically correct nowadays. But way back in the 80s, it may have been late 70s. What was it? Was it 70s?
I can't remember, probably 70s.
Late 70s, we'll go with that. His name was Randy Newman. Is that ding ding with anybody? But he did sing a song called Short People Got No Reason at All. We'll leave it at that.
He's the one that came up with that saying that elevator smells different to the short people.
Yeah, and people would not handle that well now. Somebody even done an answer to that called Tall People. I don't remember who did it, but Randy Newman done many other songs. But that's the guy that done Short People back in the day. This next guy, when he appeared on TV or any movie that he was in, he was like the hero, the guy where the buck stops here. I'll never ever forget watching The Rock with Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
As they got to the guy that was doing all this, and he really had a good cause because his people had been, done up, and he was trying to take a stand, and he was going to stop it short of hurting anybody until the bad people took over. You remember this guy, Ed Harris?
He's played the bad guy in a bunch of stuff.
He was also, if you remember, in Nicolas Cage, he was the bad guy in National Treasury. Remember when he was going to expose his grandfather's...
Yes, in part 2, yes, he came out and said, my great-granddaddy had a part in it. Yeah.
He ended up giving his life at the end of the war.
Sure did.
Well, I like Ed Harris. He's a good actor there. Yeah. This next guy, he looks... And I should have put a picture of him, what he looks like today, because you couldn't recognize him.
Totally different.
Yeah, but way back in the day, there was a show called St. Elmo's Fire. I can feel I can't remember
I
the song.
don't remember him. Well, I didn't watch that show. So.
And then The Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah.
Were those teenagers? That's probably what made him really famous. Judd Nelson, y'all remember him? He was like the bad boy of the days in the early 80s.
That's when he
looks like a grumpy old man now.
Well, they had school on the weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where they had to
after
show
school.
up after school or something.
Yeah, when you were bad and in-home suspension. I don't know what you call it.
Suspension.
That's it.
Yeah.
Are you lonesome tonight?
Oh.
It was recorded in 1960 and it would go number one. Elvis Presley is the guy that took it all the way there. No, that was not one of my favorites. It was a little too slow for me.
It was a real slow for Elvis.
Yeah, but a lot of people loved it because, well, it was Elvis, and he could sing a phone book, period.
Yeah, he could.
I forget how he's kin to my favorite actor in the whole wide world, but he doesn't even, his name, he should just change his name because he doesn't even meet the mark of having that family last name. He's kind of...
Are you talking about the
Jimmy Stewart
announcer for Corn TV?
Yeah, that may be it. Jimmy Stewart is my favorite actor that ever breathed a breath. I don't think you could find anything bad on the man. Everything that he done was good, wholesome, in the American way. And this guy is like a nephew or something. Anybody remember Jon Stewart? The Tonight...
I watched it one time or
that?
something. I think the Weekend Report or something like that. Yeah. And I said, I can't. I think my TV cut off.
If I'm here, he's there. Our way of thinking is way different. He's more than welcome to that, but I just can't watch people that are that far off from me.
Yeah. No, I like this one here.
No word yet if he was high when he appeared in 1964.
I'm going to go ahead and take a gander and say yeah.
64, he made his way to the Opry. Willie. And he looks the same.
He didn't need a medical card. Well, I tell you, there must be something to that stuff because
he's a mummy, all right.
He's outlived
everybody.
What was
the highwayman?
Richard? What's his name? That did the running?
Richard
Simmons.
Oh yeah, Richard Simmons. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I mean, that pushed me away from exercise. If Willie outlived,
sweating to the oldies.
Yeah. Obviously, which one's better for you?
Sweating with the marijuana. He's probably going to do a video now.
Him and Snoop Dogg's friends.
But seriously, you think about all these guys that do all these exercise shows. It's great for you. They drop dead just like.
They're not with us anymore, but Willie,
he's still here. This girl was absolutely beautiful. It would start out by a cameo as a camera went by her at a football game, and the next thing you know, she'd gotten a contract because she was so pretty. Anna Nicole Smith. Well, it didn't hurt that she married somebody rich later that had one foot in the ground already.
Yeah.
We'll leave that at that, won't we?
She loved him.
Oh, I'm sure she did. All those zeros.
She said she did.
You're the handsomest fella I ever met, she said. 1972, because no one knows what goes on behind closed doors. Anybody remember that? The Silver Fox recorded it today. He would have several huge hits in the 70s, and as we would find out, he was higher than a Georgia pine while doing most of that.
So him and Willie was talking?
Yes, sir. He had a white substance he preferred from what I remember there.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, so he wasn't tired?
No. There was an album that came out today in 1978. It would be about a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody remember the Blues Brothers?
They ain't nothing better. Oh, Aykroyd. John Belushi, he's got a
he died early
marijuana farm. I mean, his brother. Yeah,
Aykroyd?
Not John. Not Dan, but John Belushi's brother.
I know he's got one, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah. But he's got a huge marijuana farm over in California. He's got a show about it. Belushi something. But yeah.
Huh, okay.
Here we go. Jim Belushi.
Yeah,
I think
you could have just spoke
came
up.
in here.
We'll throw you off.
Man, I'm having too much fun listening. So I'm just staying out of it.
Oh man, yeah.
1981, he sat on a bar stool and he sat back. It was just after Big City. That was a huge hit for him in Kern River. And, well, he'd come out with My Favorite Memory. It hit number one today as the mighty Merle Haggard and the Strangers owned radio at this point. Number one song back in 81.
When was it? I went and saw him at the
Big Old Brew
casino.
Did you?
Yeah.
Merle was he was talented. I liked him so much. I've had the, how do you say this?
I've had the time of my life. I'm going to get that singing
That guy
career.
that sang that was part of the Righteous Brothers, if I remember right, or he wrote it.
I'll take your word for it.
And there you go. He went number one today. But she was flying through the air there, as you remember.
Baby. Jennifer.
You ever picked up Amy and tried to fly her like that?
No.
Okay, just checking.
She'd get mad if I tried something like that.
This guy in the early 80s was starting to make his mark. He's now pretty much a guy that you go to if you want to make it in Nashville. He's a behind-the-scenes guy now. But way back in the day, we will go back to remember Steve Warner. Anybody remember that?
Steve?
Ooh, he had a number one today called Linda back in '87. The Weekend, do you remember that?
Vaguely. I can't sing part of it.
Okay. Driving by your house. He had
Working
a bunch
on
of
my
songs
career.
There. Okay, do that for us. This would make Dolly a lot more money than she already had today in 1992. Dolly was already rich. She had a bunch of restaurants, and she had the Dixie Stampede, but she didn't have this girl in her corner, Whitney Houston. It went number one with I'll Always Love You, The Bodyguard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and what's his name, Yellowstone?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. Yep.
See, it's funny how you start changing people. At first, people would refer to him as that guy that done Field of Dreams. And the movies just kept getting better and better.
And then you had Wolf. What was it?
The cavalry riding out there. Yeah, I didn't like that one.
It was all right. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
There's something Wolf, and then
it's just one movie after. Kevin Costner's done good.
Then he made somebody mad, and they said, "Oh, okay, you don't want to come back on the show? We'll kill you off."
They did. 94. This was America's number one bad guy. He was murdered in prison today. Dahmer. They've made a big movie about that.
Yeah, Netflix has got a huge series on that, and let me tell you, Dances with Wolves. Thank you, Corinne.
Dances, yeah, that was it.
That's not an easy series to watch. This dude was.
I can't watch stuff like that.
Wow, I tried. I didn't finish it.
Like I've never watched any of the Manson stuff. He was a sicko.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Bill Medley was part of the Righteous Brothers there. Thanks, Steve.
Okay.
And I had a little bit of knowledge there. Odie used to look like this. I just don't have a picture to back me up. Back in the what years was this?
That was back in school, so I'd say, well, I had 2 times I had long hair.
You'll remember this guy because we had the argument
back.
the other day. Is it Christmas or is it not Christmas?
It's a Christmas movie at Nakatomi
Plaza. 1979. Alexander, I can't pronounce his last name or whatever his name really is. He did die. We got a misspelled word there. It's going to be okay. No one panic. But he passed away today back in 95 there. He was one of the bad guys that walked around after John.
Yeah.
We remember that. The final episode. It ended today. Beavis and Butthead came to a conclusion.
Do you remember they sitting there watching TV and they were watching Cops and he goes, "Hey, dude, that's our house." And they come in.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
Beavis and Butthead. And it did really shape television there for a while. MTV, when it was first new, that was big time there.
And that was the stupidest thing I ever watched.
These people would be woke and change their name to Lady A as they could. Need You Now. I went number one today. Lady Antebellum back in 2009. It is so hard to fathom that 2009 is like years ago now.
Yeah.
That seems... Yeah, time will fly. If you don't believe me, wait.
Charlene, I got pictures of you. So she says she's going to come up with pictures of my
Well, she does need
hair.
to send me a few of them.
So remember.
Back in 2010, one of the funniest guys that was ever in any movie. I remember OJ trying to keep up with him. Airplane.
When he was still able to do stuff.
I picked the wrong day to quit sniffing glue. Y'all remember all of that? She's horsing around.
You remember when he was eating the pistachios while he was sitting on a stakeout?
Yes.
And then they pulled back
up to the window.
And his whole face was red from the
Leslie Nielsen.
Pistachios.
This guy was
good.
really, really good at what he done. God gives us all a talent, and I hope you use the talent God gave you. This guy did.
Yeah.
He was really good. Those airplane movies, Roger,
don't call me Shirley.
Yeah. And this next guy, you'd have to go back to the Andy. Well, it would be Matlock where he started.
Yep.
He would be an assistant. Then he would also be in Die Hard. And then the role that shaped him into probably your households that you remember him because he was close to Chuck Norris.
Yep.
Anybody remember Clarence?
Yep. I tell you,
I cannot believe that he's gone. He was a young fella. He had actually, when Walker, Texas Ranger ended, he had retired and he was teaching acting at a college, teaching other folks how to do that. He just stepped away from the limelight. And he was a good actor. I liked him a whole lot.
He was a good actor.
that kind of concludes what happened in history today. We got more coming up. Local headlines. What's shaping America on this Thanksgiving? Anybody sampled anything yet in the kitchen? Isn't it sampling time?
Not yet, but it is getting kind of close to it, almost 8 o'clock.
Boy, I'm waiting on ham. I really love ham.
Let me tell you what I did, and I upset Amy, and it upset me. We went to Thanksgiving dinner the other day at church, right after church, and then we had some leftovers because it was catered from the Queen City truck stop.
Yeah.
And we were able to save some and take some home, and we had a nice platter of turkey and dressing. So the night before last, Amy goes, "What you want for dinner?" I said, "I don't know." She goes, "What about turkey and dressing?" I said, "Oh, I love turkey and dressing." She came back in there and she goes, "Did you clean out the refrigerator?" I said, "I threw some stuff away." "I think you threw the turkey and dressing away."
Did
I
you?
said, "No, I wouldn't have done that. It's in there." She goes, "No, I'm telling you, you threw the turkey and dressing away."
Shame on you.
Oh, I was not happy. But I did turn around and I
this
had
is going to be on a
Coca-Cola.
lot of Thanksgiving tables
Yes,
today.
it will. It's going to be on ours. Now, I like the good, straight up, nice, ice cold Coca-Cola.
Righto.
You are big on an ice cold Coca-Cola in a glass bottle.
Woo!
Greg is big on Diet Coke. And Amy she's hooked on the vanilla Coca-Cola.
Whatever your flavor is, take it home.
Yeah, and you're helping two things. You get it local from a store and you help them, and then you help Meridian Coca-Cola right here. You can't beat an ice cold Coca-Cola.
As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need to keep you dry in those wet conditions. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Ooh, we got to pay attention here. We're back.
Yep, it's us.
We've had a lot of questions about the election. Here's what we know at this point. Voting tabulations are still being for Mississippi Supreme Court. It does look like it has not been certified. Let me say this now. It has not been certified that Jennifer Branning will squeak across the finish line is what we're expecting. I've seen several say that they're pretty sure that she's going to win it. Officially, it's not through being counted, but we're leaning toward Jennifer winning this election.
Everything's looking real good, and right now it was so close that there was more absentee ballots left to be counted than there was a difference in the votes between the two. So they've got to come up and count all of these absentee ballots, and you still got 5 days to get your mail-in ballot in. Now, it's got to be postmarked by election day, but snail mail, they give
we know
you
it gets
5
lost.
days. So as long as it comes in over 5 days, it'll be counted. I don't really like that, but it is what it is. But in order for Kitchens to really win, he would have to pick up like 95% of all the absentee ballots, and just don't see that happening.
Yeah, so that's where we are. And again, it's not official. We can't raise our right hand and swear anybody in, but it sure looks like that Jennifer is going to be the incoming Supreme Court for Mississippi, a conservative, and we're looking forward to that, of making sense of
this young.
Congratulations to her. 8-year.
Yeah, 8-year commitment, and she'll be okay for these 8 years.
What we're going to start doing is flying Donna Jill around and teaching them how to handle absentee ballots in other portions of the state of Mississippi. Go Donna Jill. Teach them something, girl.
She could.
Yes,
she could do that part. She could do this job part time because she's so good at it. She can get it done quick, and then she can go around as a consultant and probably straighten up 99% of America.
I want to show this. We had an incident last night of somebody losing their home, and we certainly hate that this ever happens. Kemper County, Highway 16 East, a home was destroyed last night. It's a total loss, and I've got a different view of this that will air a little bit later there, but as you'll see here, this was a huge flame. The home is totally destroyed. They made it out okay. That's the important thing about this.
Yeah.
Again, possessions all lost on that. If it's your neighbor there, help out as you can in Kemper County. Chris, if y'all set up shirt sizes or anything of that, let us know.
Yeah, and we can
Chris
push
Gully
that
is who
out.
I'm talking about, Brother Chris.
Yeah. Push that out so people can donate to them.
We had a break-in on Monday night. Morgan Trucking. This would be Sellers Drive, 39 bypass down in there. Here's the culprits. Now, again, it's hard to tell much about it because they're covered up head to toe, but another break-in in our community there.
Someone with a business giving people a job, supporting the community, supporting multiple families, and then this happens. And you wonder why we don't have jobs in Meridian.
Odie, can you tell me what this hole is?
Yeah, that's a hole. It's that's a place where you don't want to
It drew
stay.
my attraction yesterday. I thought, ooh, yellow tape. I can't cross that line, but let me run up to it and take a picture.
Now, that's right there on 22nd Avenue.
That's Dumont Plaza.
Right in front of, Dumont Plaza. Wow, we just had cars parking there the other day.
There's a different view of it, but they're working on something. I'm not exactly sure what it is. So if you're in the area there, keep that in mind. We had someone else arrested in Neshoba County as we go up to take a look here, as Kip McCrory was arrested there. Justice Court warrant there as Eric Clark put out the alarm that this person needed to come visit him and spend a little bit of time with him. He got it.
Might as well go ahead and go get this over with.
That's correct. So that's what's been going on there. And I asked this yesterday because I truly did not know. And I almost feel embarrassed now that I asked this because everybody's going, yeah, it was there. But I had pulled over to type something out on my phone, and I looked over to my left and I thought, where'd that tree come from? I never noticed it. And I honestly, at that moment, and so I called Debbie. I said, Debbie, have you ever seen this tree down there? She goes, no, I ain't never seen it. I said, well, I don't see any dirt. How'd it get here?
I think Denise posted a comment on there that says, I've got a picture back from 1987.
Yeah,
or something like that, and it was a little bitty tree.
But the tree has been, and somehow or another, all this time, and I stop there 2-3 times a week to type something out. I have never noticed that tree sitting there. I thought somebody had put a picture of it. Here
Yeah, Denise put it up there. That's it right there. And a little baby tree. It's grown up since then. What was the date?
2017.
17, okay.
Denise, thank you, because I had not noticed that. Let me give her a little smile there.
Look at there.
I don't know how it happened. I didn't notice it all this time, and it was like this enormous Christmas tree sitting there out of nowhere.
I wonder if they put lights on it.
Well, I think they need to. It's like me walking through the living room and not noticing the 200th new Christmas tree in our house.
Don't tell Angie. She'll go ahead and have it decorated.
Parrish, we invite you back again here as we talk about your book that is coming out. And we have had a great time with you being in with us this morning.
Well, I thank y'all for having me. It's been lots of fun.
So who's going to go do the turkey? Is Ward cooking the turkey?
Tell you what, I don't know where the turkey's coming from. I don't think that's Ward's responsibility.
Oh, now we know.
Yeah.
But your book is coming out. For those who missed the first part of the show or just tuning in, tell us about the book that you've got and where it's available at.
Well, the book, again, is available at Amazon right now. If you search Parrish Alford and Habitual Deadline, you'll go right to it. It's also, there were some copies at Fudge Etc., I think. May still have some copies there here in Meridian. It's just a book about the stories, about getting the stories of almost 40 years of covering sports. Most of that in Tupelo, Mississippi, but some very important years here in Meridian, and several stories in the book come from my time at the Meridian Star. So it's lots of fun.
Well, we've enjoyed having you as a guest.
Have.
Tell the family we said hello and get a turkey leg. I mean, go in there full force. Don't let nobody take it from you.
Thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
As always, as we get near the end of the show, with a couple of things we got to do. Some birthdays. Did we get any anniversaries?
We didn't have any anniversaries today.
Nobody got married.
We got some birthdays coming up. Cassidy Harrison, she's got her 27th birthday for the 20th year straight.
Oh, 20 of them in a row?
Yeah, 20 of them in a row, being 27. T.J. Flanagan Jr., 39 years young today. Joe Tisdale's got a birthday. Larry Murphy, the big 68. Merrick Croker's 20. And Dewana, is it Roberts, is 45 today. So happy birthday to each and every one of y'all out there. And if we missed you, we're sorry. We wish y'all a happy birthday and a happy anniversary as well.
I don't know if anybody remembers the Hank Jr. song that he done, kind of overdid in Denver, and I just can't remember her name. Didn't ring a bell, I guess. I don't know, remember that. There's some few folks out there remember that. But Colorado making headlines this morning with arresting.
Yeah, we got sound.
Yes, sir, there's sound.
Yeah.
We have someone arrested in Colorado done some naughty things in Mississippi. A guy from Columbia, Mississippi, wanted for child exploitation, was arrested in Denver, Colorado. He'll be shipped back this area here. His name was David Lane Stonger. He was arrested, and he will be coming back to serve what he should be doing.
Good deal.
Doesn't matter where you run, what you do, the long arm of the law will get you when you do things of that. That's a bad crime there. We say thank you for letting us be a part of your Thanksgiving morning as you've been cooking and walking around and getting kind of caught up with things.
Yeah, and then all your family that's in town, we hope you've shared us with them and hope they've had
we didn't say you got
an enjoyable day. You don't have, just feed them. And
what was it that great Mississippi songwriter said? I don't like half the folks I love.
Hey, it is what it is. Kathy Pierce is 65 today. Hers came in. And
what's our Bible verse as we head out into this Thanksgiving?
Our Bible verse, let's see. First Chronicles 16:34. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. I've told you time and time again, no matter what you've done, no matter where you've been in your life, God will come get you. He has pulled me out of the pits of hell and forgive me of all my sins, and he can do that for you, no matter what it is.
He had to put in a little overtime over here.
Now, he had to work. I think he used both hands to pull up. But he has changed my life, and he can change yours, and no matter what, he can lead you and guide you to everlasting life with him and his Father in heaven. Have him in your home today. Be thankful for what he has given each and every one of us. And remember the actual true meaning of Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow to bring in your Friday. Enjoy your day off. Enjoy your time. What we got?
We got Amy coming in to fill in for that girl. Amy.
We're going to see how, not my Amy. This is another Amy. So we're going to be here with a new member of maybe our team.
Yeah, we're going to put her to work.
Have a wonderful day. We love you. Be safe.